Yeah, thanks, Rob. Yeah, look, I think it's a good segue now. Everyone's been talking about the Paycheck Protection Loan, and there's a bunch of other initiatives that are out there that are available to companies to take advantage of, for funding alternatives. And the first, most obvious one is the economic injury disaster loan, which is what was out there. It's been out there for a while. It's there for hurricanes or cyclones, as we call them, down under. And basically you can apply up to $2 million loan, low interest loan, long-term, about 30 years. I think the first year of payments are deferred. And you have to prove you suffered, economic injury. And everyone was applying for that. Then the Paycheck Protection Loan came out, so everyone focused on that. But now you can go back and reapply for that for additional funding for your business. The other parts, Rob, if you just scroll down to the next bullet point.
Yes.
Is in conjunction with the EIDL is the SBA Express Bridge Loan. So while you're waiting for your EIDL to be approved, you can apply for the SBA Bridge Loan, which gives you $25K. It's meant to be approved a lot quicker, and that money can come in and will then be offset against your EIDL when that comes through, which may take longer to be approved. The other bullet point there talking about, the SBA, if you have an SBA loan with an existing lender, existing loan there, the SBA are looking to give you 6-month payment of your principal and interest on those loans. So that is available if you have an SBA loan in place, and you definitely should apply for it for cash flow purposes. The Main Street Lending Program is also another initiative which is coming out. I should add the EIDL is not forgivable as well. The Main Street Lending Program is another initiative which is coming from the Federal Reserve. It's meant to be a wider pool of companies. The next slide, which we'll get to in a minute, goes into further detail on that, so I'll touch on that soon. There's also a bunch of state and local initiatives. The Harris County have a program. There's a program here in Austin where I am, which you can apply for and get various grants up to $10,000, $20,000. Facebook have grants applicable to locations where they operate, providing, and you should research the Facebook grants as well and apply for those. And we shouldn't forget there's obviously the regular normal SBA loans, which banks are still looking to provide, and we're working with clients to access those SBA loans for expansion capital as we speak. Now that the hump of the Paycheck Protection Loans have been applied for, banks are willing to look at those SBA normal regular loans. The Main Street Lending Program, this was put in place so that companies who can't access the Paycheck Protection Loan or the EIDL have access to long-term and cheap government funds to support their business during this time. Minimum loan, $500,000. There's an EBITDA test. You have to have the loaning up to 4 times EBITDA, and basically up to 15,000 employees or less at $5 billion or less revenue. You have to be a US-based borrower. There's no debt forgiveness for this loan as well, and but essentially it's additional monies there, and you apply for this through your banker as well. So again, details on this program are still being bedded down, but this is like an SBA style loan, but with more generous terms, and that will be available as well for businesses.
Well, Alexis, just one quick point here. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, here we go. I was echoing. If you have a PPP loan, you are eligible for the Main Street program. Can you guys hear me now, or did I mute myself? I'm okay. Okay, good. Thank you. There companies that were not eligible for PPP, larger companies should be eligible for Main Street, but if you did get a PPP, you are still eligible for Main Street as long as you can pass the other test. So I just wanted to make that point clear.
Absolutely, Rob. Yeah, correct. And we shouldn't also forget there's a whole bunch of additional deferrals and credits you can access. Payroll tax deferrals, I think it's a 6-month deferral that you can obtain there. Some of this is limited to the extent of how much of the PPP is forgiven, and there's other aspects in terms of tax credit carry forward credits and relief payments from the US Treasury. Again, how exactly each of these different arrangements operate, you need to be dived into, but certainly if you have these type of expenditures or you think you can access them, certainly it's worthwhile to investigate and determine whether those cash flow benefits are available.